Hi there, and welcome to Ian's Engage channel. I'm Ian. In previous videos I showed how I'd built a good approximation of the Shelfington track plan and had applied power to the layout. In this video I'm going to show how I've been testing the operation of the layout and how I've come to the conclusion that some things need to change. Okay, so for the past month or so I've been playing trains, under the guise of testing the operations I can carry out using the track plan as it stands. It's been an enjoyable time, and really has taken me back to my childhood when I spent many happy hours with express trains running loops while I marshalled goods wagons around the goods yard. You may remember that I wanted 5 main things from the layout, and I've discussed these in a couple of previous videos. Number 7 and number 12 for those who want to look them up. I'll repeat them here though, for those who don't. Number 1 was for Inglenook challenge sidings for operational interest, which you can see that the Ledgetown Quarry Yard is more than capable of providing. Number 2 was for a double loop for 2-directional continuous running, which, as you can see, has been accomplished. Number 3 was for no stations on either loop, but rather they would be situated in sidings, which again has been accomplished by having the option to divert behind or in front of the scenic breakboard at Mantlethorpe Station. Number 4 was for a hidden section where a train can wait in a passing loop and another train can emerge to take its place, which is what's going on behind the scenic breakboard here. And number 5 was for a fiddle yard. Well, there are plans for Fiddletown, which will be in another room, but that's way off in the future, so I'd rather not reveal those plans at the moment. So I'm quite happy that all except the fiddle yard have been accomplished using the current track plan. However, I'm not completely happy with the way everything operates. So, here's the existing track plan, which is version 26. My main problem, or should I say, only real problem, is with the shunting of wagons into and out of Ledgetown Quarry Yard. Don't get me wrong, it all works as designed, and empty wagons can make their way into the drop-off area from Fiddletown or Shelfington, and can be shunted back to be filled in the quarry yard, and then can be sent on their way in either direction back to Shelfington or Fiddletown in the future. Unfortunately, I just don't think there's enough space to allow for shunting and switching without fouling the inner loop, which is annoying because I want to have trains running around the inner and outer loops simultaneously while I shunt wagons. So, I've made the difficult decision to change the track plan. Again. This is okay, as the whole point of implementing the project in the way that I have, and going about laying the track and taking my time, was to iron out problems before everything was wired up and the track ballasted. Now, while thinking about the track plan, I'd also been thinking about incorporating different levels, actually since quite early on. It was always my intention that the rear of the layout would be higher than the front. However, the existing track plan made that quite difficult to achieve, as there wasn't really enough space to get from the lower to the upper level in a sensible gradient without having points on an incline, which I really didn't want. So, my track plan has now moved onto version 29. And looks like this. As you can see, the front of the layout has changed considerably, and now incorporates a passing loop on the inner loop and a couple of head shunts that can be used to run a loco around its load using either the same passing loop or an auxiliary passing loop. There are also a couple of sidings for loco storage. Interestingly, although there is more track in this area, it actually frees up more of the baseboard for scenery, or offers the opportunity to add more track and build a TMD. Ha, more track. Another small change I've made is to move the 2 sets of crossover points further apart on the left at the rear of the layout to aid in fitting point motors. You may also have noticed that Shelfington Goods Yard has changed slightly. I've added head shunts to 3 of the longer sidings to let locos run around their loads. Of course, none of this design is yet written in stone, so is subject to change, but I've certainly enjoyed playing trains, exploring the operational potential of the existing plan, and have enjoyed figuring things out to hopefully improve it. Okay, so that's about it for this update. I know the layout is, let's say, track heavy, but my aim is to run trains and have great operating potential, and I'll fill in the gaps with a bit of scenery. Haha. So, what do you guys think? Would you have kept the original plan, or changed it differently, or maybe completely? Let me know, as I'm interested in your thoughts. Okay, so that just leaves me to say, if you've got any hints, tips, useful tools or techniques to pass on to a beginner in Engage modelling, or if you simply want to say hello, then please do so in the comments section. Anything and everything you've got to say will be greatly appreciated. In the meantime, thanks ever so much for watching. Hopefully I'll have another update on my progress soon. Bye.